Good evening and welcome to Alan's Italy. Tonight is the long-awaited night for many people who have come to me over the past several months and said to me, Alan, when are you doing a show on cooking, Italian cooking? And, I haven't done that because I don't know much about food. Honestly, I love to eat it, but I don't know much about cooking. I don't know much about ingredients or food or that type of thing. So, I haven't really done anything on that. But before the last trip that Laura and I took to Italy about 4 or 5 weeks ago, I called my friend Lydia and I asked Lydia if she would be so kind as to arrange an interview with a friend of hers whose name is Giuseppe, who is one of the owners of a restaurant in Florence, actually our favorite restaurant, Laspada. And she graciously agreed to do that, and he said fine. When Laura and Alan come to the restaurant, he would be happy to spend a few minutes with us and do an interview. So this show is going to be focused on the restaurant La Spada and also on the interviews that we did for at La Spada. So I'd like to actually begin with this. You may recognize this person. This is my wife, Laura, and today is her birthday, and I want to wish Laura a very happy birthday. There she is, sitting actually in a restaurant in Rome a couple of years ago, and Laura's celebrating her birthday today, and she is a wonderful person, and as you can see, she's quite beautiful, and of course, a very wonderful photographer. So to Laura, happy birthday, and we will be celebrating Laura's birthday tonight when we go with two of our best friends to the Bear Cafe in Woodstock, which is, we think, the best restaurant in town. Anyway, see you later. And now the show. Now, this is what we wound up doing was we wound up doing 5 interviews with Giuseppe, who is one of the owners. There's actually 4 owners. There's Giuseppe, there's his brother Claudio, and then friends of Claudio and Giuseppe's, Agostino and his cousin, another Claudio. And these 4 own the restaurant. Giuseppe seems to be the main person though, and he's the person that does most of the cooking, just about all of the cooking. And he's the person you're going to see most often in the video. There are 5 videos. And first we spoke with him and he gave us a little discussion on steak. And then he went on to tell us that he would be thrilled if we could come back the next day and he would be happy to do a cooking demonstration for us. And he wound up doing a cooking demonstration of a 3-course meal. The Antipasto, the Primo Piatti, which is usually a pasta dish or the soup dish, the minestrone, and then the Secundo Piatto. Piatti is plural, so it's Secundo Piatto, which is usually a second course of either steak or chicken or veal or something of that nature. So I want to show all of that because it's really amazing. Okay? First I'd like to say that Laura uses a very interesting technique when she's showing the cooking process that Giuseppe goes through. She actually wanted to get a really good view of what the cooking looked like and what the preparation did. So she actually turned the camera from, you usually take pictures like this. She turned it like this, and the pictures came out so that when you actually see the picture on the screen, it'll sort of look like Giuseppe's lying on his side, but it'll give you a very, very good view of what the food preparation looks like. So we decided that that was a really good technique, and that's going to be part of it as well. You'll get used to that in a few minutes, and then get used to what that looks like. So first, here is the restaurant. It's a Rosticceria Ristorante La Spada. And there's the location. That's what it looks like as you walk in. I thought it was an osteria. Osterias are restaurants that have that counter in the front with all the food. And Giuseppe pointed out that an osteria actually is a takeout place, whereas a rosticceria and ristorante is more of an actual sit-down restaurant. And even though they show the food in the front, it's really a chance for people to come up and kind of take a look at what they might like, and that's what will then be served at at their table. So here we are in Florence, and the restaurant is located in Florence, and this is where the restaurant is. It's on a street called Via della Spada, and you know, I've been there, going there for 17 years. This is what it looks like, you know, coming in. And on the left, of course, is Lydia, my very good friend, and on the right is Giuseppe, who is basically the star of tonight's show. And he's a wonderful man. And this is Agostino, who's a good friend of his, who I also have got to know, and he's really also a wonderful man. We'll be seeing him a little bit throughout. And now we begin with the first of 5 interviews. So I'll let you take over here, Ellen, the sound as we begin the first part of the 5-part interview. Okay, so welcome to Alan's Italy again. We're in Firenze at my favorite restaurant in all of Florence, and I've been to Florence 17 times, so I've been here a lot. And this is Laspada, which is located about 5 minutes from the Hotel Croce di Malta, where I've stayed many times. This is Lydia, of course, and this is Giuseppe, who owns the restaurant. And not only is he the owner, but he's also one of the chefs, and he is a fantastic chef. And I'm going to ask you a few questions. Is that okay?
Grazie.
Okay. So, how long have you owned the restaurant?
Allora, 18 anni che siamo
18
qui.
years.
18 years. And with whom do you own it? Like it's Giuseppe, and who else is involved?
Chi altri sono gli owner?
Io e mio fratello Claudio
His brother Claudio
e poi ci sono 2 cugini che sono un altro Claudio e Agostino.
and 2 cousins, Claudio and Agostino.
Does everybody cook? Is everybody?
No, io sono il cuoco del ristorante e gli altri sono camerieri.
He's the cook and the other help him.
Right.
So
Quando abbiamo iniziato 18 anni fa eravamo molto giovani, mio fratello aveva 18 anni e il più grande 25.
they was very young when they start to open the restaurant. Tu avevi 18 anni?
No, mio fratello 18 anni.
His brother was 18 years. So
E
very
Agostino
young.
che è il più grande ne aveva
Agostino is the
25.
oldest and was 25 years old.
Right. So, is this a dream of? Was this always a dream of yours when you were a child to own a restaurant someday? Is this what you know?
Era il tuo sogno quando eri ragazzo di avere il ristorante?
Sì, quando ho cominciato questo lavoro il mio obiettivo è di avere un ristorante prima possibile, quindi cambiavo a Roma per imparare il lavoro, cambiavo ogni volta che trovavo un ristorante migliore cambiavo lavoro, quindi in 7 anni ne ho cambiati di circa 25 per imparare il lavoro, perché poi volevo fare per me, non cercavo un lavoro, io cercavo dove imparare il mestiere, non nel lavoro.
He was very young when he dreams a restaurant for himself. So he tried to start he started in Rome. And he changed around 25 restaurants in 7 years because every time he wants to learn something more. And then little by little he learned, and they opened the restaurant with his brother and the 2 cousins.
Right. Now, we've had a lot of very wonderful things to eat here, but probably the best thing that we've ever had here, and one of the best we've ever tasted, was the bistecca fiorentina.
Mhm.
How do you make it so really wonderful? Could you tell
Ok.
us?
Perché è così buona la
Puoi
bistecca?
dirgli come fai a renderla così buona?
Perché la carne, la prima cosa è la scelta, quando si sceglie la
The
carne.
first time he has to choose the meat. It's
Quando
very
quando si
important.
sceglie la carne non deve essere magra, deve essere una cotenna di grasso all'esterno e deve avere delle insenature di grasso all'interno. Questo si chiama marezzatura in italiano.
Very hard to describe. In the meat, it's very important is the grease also. also the grease. It doesn't have to be without the grease, because the grease is the very important thing for the meat. In Italian the name is marizzatura, but I don't know in English.
Questo è molto importante, perché se l'animale è stato alimentato male, perde il grasso all'interno. Se è stato malato, non ha il grasso. Quindi quando la bistecca e il grasso all'esterno è marezzato, significa che è stato alimentato bene e che non ha sofferto nessuna malattia. Quindi questo è la prima
Yeah, he
cosa.
has to know the animal. The animal has to be good food, and it doesn't have to be sick. So it's very important that the animal has to be in healthy.
E da questo qua.
How does he know that? How does he know it's a healthy animal?
Come fai a saperlo che
Se I take a bistecca and I say, vado a prendere una bistecca e glielo faccio vedere.
You want to take a steak and he can show you.
Tomorrow, maybe.
If you want that now,
Now.
it's possible.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Of course, why not?
he has now.
Non ce l'abbiamo qui, non devo.
Okay. So, I mean, how are we going to do this? Like after the interview, you mean?
No.
Oh, right this minute?
He can stop. She can stop a little
Well,
bit.
let's finish the interview and then we'll
Ok,
come back to
lo
that.
vediamo dopo perché.
Okay.
Okay, so now this is a great restaurant and everybody knows it. And my question is, have you ever had anybody really famous, you know?
Mai avuto personaggi famosi nel ristorante?
Sì, però non è che contiamo su quello, non mettiamo le foto su questo qui. È successo, però a noi quello che conta è che le persone vanno via con un sorriso e mangiano bene. Poi se sono famosi oppure no, no, non è che non ci fa piacere, ma non è che cambia molto.
He has some famous actor or something like that, but it doesn't matter for them. If you see, they don't have the picture on the wall with the famous.
Right.
So the important things for him that they has good food and they stay
see.
well, and they like the food of the restaurant, and they're very
He's not going to
happy.
he's not going to name one person, one famous person.
Puoi fare il nome di una persona famosa che è venuta?
È stato qui un italiano, oddio come si chiama, è figlio di Mastroianni.
You know the famous Mastroianni.
Marcello Mastroianni.
Sì, il figlio ora è un attore anche lui, non so come si chiama, però non l'abbiamo disturbato, nel senso non siamo andati
But
lì
nobody asked him for an
How about Ellen's Italy?
a chiedere le foto, non mi piace insomma, magari quando vanno a mangiare da qualche parte vogliono avere anche loro qualche.
And they don't ask the picture, they don't ask the autograph, they don't
Yes,
ask
I
anything.
understand.
Abbiamo
They're just
scherzato,
here-
però abbiamo scherzato, parlato.
They're just here
But
for
they
good
joke
food.
with him.
They're just here for good food, and
Yes.
like we're here for good
Yeah,
food.
sono venuti solo per il cibo buono.
Sì, stavamo girando un film qua vicino e allora venivo a pranzo.
So you want to get the steak now and just show us?
Of course,
That
yes,
steak? Okay.
yes.
So you can stop it and then start it again, right?
Okay, so that was the introduction. That's all I thought I was actually getting out of Giuseppe. But then he comes over with this steak. And the second video that we're going to be doing is a video of Giuseppe explaining why the steak is a good steak to use to cook. So here we go again, Alan. Back to the video.
La cosa più importante è questo grasso all'interno. Questo qui quando un animale si ammala, ha bisogno di energia, la prima cosa che brucia è quello all'interno della carne. Se invece è stato alimentato male, non ha né la cotenna, questa parte di grasso, e né il grasso dentro. E quella è una carne sempre dura, mai non può venire buona.
I try to explain. So the important thing is the fat here inside and outside.
Questi piccoli.
This
questo.
one, this grease, the small one here, the fat here, is important because if the animal gets sick, doesn't have this one because of the absorb all the fat here. And this one is important because if it doesn't have a good food, it doesn't have this one.
Quando ci sono tutte queste e due, la carne è buona.
So have to be together, this and this one.
E la carne è ottima. E allora partire da una bistecca così, il resto è facile.
So if the steak is so good, it's very easy to cook.
Per cuocerla bisogna tenerla un po' fuori dal frigo per farla ambientare, così non subisce lo stress del termico.
It's important that it's not very cold when you cook. It's outside
Ma noi lo teniamo vicino al fuoco, anche 15-20 minuti.
15 minutes.
Lo teniamo vicino al fuoco. E poi...
So, Giuseppe hasn't said anything about ingredients or what you add. Like, if you ask somebody in the United States how you cook something, they would spend very little time on the quality of the meat and more time on, well, I add a little this, and I add a little that, and I mix in a little. You haven't said anything about that.
Noi usiamo solo il sale.
They use just the salt.
E la cosa importante è che noi lo facciamo sulla legna, quindi la legna non ha un odore di gas in combusto come il carbone.
The important thing is that they cook on the wood. So
Right,
that's the
yes.
important thing.
Perché non c'ha l'odore di gas in combusto.
That doesn't have any smell.
No olive oil, no olive
Alla
oil.
fine,
At
alla
the
fine.
end, when it's
little
cotta.
Dopo cotta mettiamo il
After
sale.
that is cooked, they put
olive
the
oil.
salt.
Quando-
And a little bit olive
I see.
oil.
Se la carne è buona e cotta bene non c'è bisogno di altro. I sapori sono dentro, non
Just
bisogna
salt.
aggiungere.
So it's all about the quality of the
Quality
meat.
of the meat, the flavor is inside.
Wow.
Non c'è bisogno di aggiungere nulla.
Okay, we'll take this one and we'll cook it for us medium rare. No, we
It's
don't.
okay, it's for you. I say after you try.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Oh, Roger.
Giuseppe, thank you.
Thank you.
Tomorrow we get to watch you cook again at
Okay.
3:30.
You come back tomorrow?
At 3:30.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so that was really kind of all I expect. Incidentally, this is what it looked like when he came out. About 20 minutes later, after we'd had a little wine and a little pasta, he brought this out, and this is the portion that each of us had. This is not the portion that the piece of steak that was used was a piece of steak that accommodated Lydia, Laura, and me. So this is what it looked like with the roasted potatoes. It's driving me crazy. So okay, so that's what it looked like. There's a little closer up view of it. And this was the appetizer. Oh, I forgot this. He brought over this is the house special appetizer, which consists of these various meats. And it also consists of this bruschetta. And we had, different kinds of toppings on the bruschetta. You see this tomato over there in the back. And that was chopped liver in the front. And I kind of forgot what that one was over on the left. But there were 3 different kinds of bruschetta that we also enjoyed. This is what some of the food looks like, as it's about to be cooked. So we're actually, this is now the next day. So we came back the next day at about 3:30, as he indicated. And these are the things that he had lying on his table. And that's what it looks like where he does all of his cooking. There's the entrance over there on the right. People come in and they see not only the food that's been prepared for that day, but they also see the oven and all the other things with him standing there. This is what he looks like when you come into the restaurant and he's about to do his thing. And here's a picture of him actually cutting up some of the things he will be using. And here's the video. So this is a little bit longer. This is 9 minutes. And Ellen, again, I'll ask you to please cut the microphone. And here is Giuseppe.
Introduce him.
Sure. This is, we're in Laspada. We have been privileged to witness a preparation of some dishes by Giuseppe, who is the owner of the restaurant. And from this point on,
I am Giuseppe. I'm the owner and the chef of Laspada. Today with Alan we prepare one antipasto, one first course, lasagna vegetarian, and for main course we have the chicken with artichoke and sauces. And if you have the time, we speak with about the bistec, okay? And the first plate for starter, we have bresaola with zucchini and parmigiano. We have the rucola salad we have prepared, and we go the affettatrice. I'm sorry for my English.
No, it's
Your
very
English
good.
is fine. Your English is fine.
Some problem, okay?
No.
You don't have any problem.
All right.
One second. I'm gonna get in there.
We prepare.
Oh, what's that?
We prepare bresaola, very slim, and after we go here, we take one zucchini. For zucchini, for use not cooking, we use just the skin, this mode, and we cut very slim. Mi dà una bottiglia d'olio, Claudia? Di quello piccoletto con il tappo. Ok? We take parmigiano and we cut again. We use the salt, a little bit salt, a little bit oil. We have used parmigiano. Vabbè, non importa. And the lemon. Use now. This is just for color. This is a plate for summer.
Beautiful.
It's very, very fast, and this is very, very good. You have the meat, but it's just a little bit, a lot vegetarian, and this is for the summer when it's very hot. You can have for
It's
start.
beautiful.
Okay, make it, and after stop.
No, it's okay. You can keep going. I was short.
Now we prepare for the petto di pollo, the chicken breast. We make with the sauces and the artichoke. We have the chicken breast, take this one, and we open. Okay. For work with chicken breast, we open this side, never this side. Okay? We open this.
Ah, how interesting.
Okay? And now we cut for all the parts same. Okay? If we don't have the slim one and fat one, but it's important all is same spessore. Okay? Now we prepare the artichoke. Half is enough for one. In the chicken, this is the meat is very insipido, is the poor. They don't have a lot of flour, and you have some the spice for this. This is garlic, sage, and rosemary. We use this for cooking the chicken, for cooking the pork and turkey, but never for red meat or beef. All right. For this we use just the salt. Okay, we take a sauces. We have been the sauces inside. We take little piece like this.
Looks so good.
For have the good plate, you have one part of this is fat, one part is sapido. I don't know how they say in English, but the flour, a lot of flour, and one part is croccante, like the chips or anything else. And then we have the chicken is plain with flour. We make inside the grasso with sauces, and we close it, and after we make something to croccante. I think we use the bread croccante. Okay. Now we close it for make un involtino. Sera? È chiuso, mi dispiace. Sì. Scusami. Now it's ready, and we use this for taking it tutto insieme per legarlo. Okay?
Yes, that's good.
That's all. Okay, now we take the next time the spice, a little bit oil.
What spice did you use?
Sì, lascia tutto, lascia. We make in one dish for the oven, okay? And in a few minutes we cooking. I think it's enough. 12 or 50 minutes is ready. At home, I think 20-25.
Bravo.
Okay.
Okay, so that was his preparation of the antipasto and also of the chicken dish. And now he continues with the preparation of the rest of the meal. Okay, so this is what goes on from this point on. Ellen, once again, he's on.
Now we prepare lasagna. This time is vegetarian, but this is the mode. You can choose lasagna with bechamel is the base. You can have a vegetable and you have a vegetariano. If you make the ragu bolognese, you have a traditional lasagna. We make it together. Every time we have a traditional, and sometimes we try with vegetable, with for cheese and sauces, with the ham and peas. We use a lot of fantasy. Okay, and now for first time we use the bread here. This is the bread is for not for attaccare, for not for
No, on
superior,
stick.
for superior. And after we make. It's important to start with the sauce. The same problem for like the bread for superior this. Okay, and we use this. Lasagna. When it's very slim like this, it's not important to cooking before, but this is if it's fat is better to before boil it for 3 minutes, not more, and after you have the same work like this. We make one lasagna, one sauce. And it's important to make cheese. We use Parmesan cheese. After, and again lasagna 2 times, sauce. Lasagna is good when it's very rich. You have a lot sauce and not a lot of pasta. If you use a lot of pasta, this is we in Italy say mattone. This is for build the palace. It's not for it. Okay, but not a lot of pasta, but a lot of sauce. But the sauce is not like the water, but very consistent. And you use the Parmigiano for have a lot more consistency.
Could you explain what the sauce is made from again? The bechamel?
Bechamel. Okay. For make lasagna, it's important you have the pasta, and you if you have the grandmother, she can speak you and the egg and flour, nothing else, but a lot of work. For bechamel, you take the milk in the boiled. When the boiled milk, you have the butter with flour, and you round together. You make the salt and the noce moscata, and you put inside the butter with flour and the boiled. How you is ready. Normally
Okay.
is
And then you add the vegetables.
it's a cream. It's a cream, and the vegetable after. Okay,
Right.
now it's ready. We make Parmigiano inside. Now the oven is ready, and we work with chicken. This is the part of croccante. We use pangrattato. Inside for cooking. And lasagna. And that's warm now. What's the problem? Okay, now it's working. In Laspada we use the fire with wood for prepare the chicken and all the meat in rotisserie. Now is off, but in 2 times all day we prepare chicken, pork, rosticciana, spare ribs. And after we use the fire for cooking bistecca or lombatina and anything else. So this is the traditional. And the oven is the for technology, a lot of technology.
Right.
I think for in 10 years more, we don't have been the chef, but the oven make itself, clean itself, cooking itself, everything. Okay, now we wait for lasagna when it's ready.
How long?
I think in 20 minutes for 180 gradi.
Okay.
It's ready. Now we can prepare bistecca if you want. Okay?
Sure.
We speak with the bistecca. In Laspada, this is the first dish, I think, but in Florence traditionally all the Italian people when they come in Florence eat the bistecca alla fiorentina. Well, in the other side of Italy we don't use. This is special just for Florence. And when the people in the war come to Laspada, they want to try fiorentina or anything else, lasagna or the fantasy dish like the chicken we have prepared. It's important when we sold the bistecca, when we chose bistecca, he have the fat outside and the fat inside. This inside is very slim. We say marezzatura. This is the grade. For animal is okay. It's not flu or anything else. And outside is for alimentation. For the animal have eat good, you can see this result. Okay? Now, for have the bistecca, if you are yourself, you take 2 dita thin in this side, and this is the portion. If you have 2 or more person, you can take the other side, and this is 3, like this. This is 1 kilo. This is 1 kilo around. Okay? Today we prepare for 2. Okay? And segniamo. And we cut with big knife.
Wow.
It's important the meat is we slice it before. Why it's not good when we take it in the frigo and put it inside in the fire. This is the stress is not good for the meat. We cut 1/2 an hour before, and we make near the fire,
Right.
and it is better. Okay,
Right.
we prepare for bistecca for the fire. When you prepare the meat for barbecue, the meat, you slice it this part outside. Why? This is the un nervo. I don't know how to say
Fat.
in English. Okay, and if we cut, this is plain. We don't cut. This is change the form. It's not beautiful for see. For cooking it is same. Don't change nothing. Okay. Now we prepare the fire. It's not a lot, but I think it's enough. When the grill When the grill is hot, we put inside the bistecca. Okay? Now bistecca is ready, but we wait for oven.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay, so that was the preparation of the steak. And these are some of the meats that are contained under the glass. If you come in, this is what you see. Food that's been prepared during the day. There's some other things. And people sometimes go up to this section of the restaurant and they see what they like and they pick out what they like, and then that's what they choose. Now this is the very last video. This is 5 minutes long. I think we have enough time for this. And this is what happens when the food comes out of the oven. So here we go again, Ellen. So we're back to the video.
When?
Okay, all is ready. We start with antipasto or bresaola with zucchini and parmigiano. After we have prepared lasagna. This is for portion.
Oh, 4 portions.
Okay. We make inside some parmigiano again. And that's ready.
Beautiful.
Lo metto qui, eh?
Wow.
Yes, put it here.
Oh my goodness.
Beautiful.
And the
Now
Antipasto?
we prepare the dish for the chicken with carciofi. Okay. Make again carciofi. This time we don't cooking. When the artichoke is fresh, is very good. You can eat crudo, no cooking. Okay. So. Tomato. And the lemon for make up the carciofi, but the client decide if you want or not. We take the chicken, we make here. And that's it.
Whoa.
Petto di pollo con salsicce e carciofi.
Oh,
Ah, beautiful.
Okay?
Yes.
beautiful.
Now it's ready. The bistecca alla fiorentina. And we prepare just the dish. In bistecca alla fiorentina we use just salt after when it's cooking, not before, and nothing else. Okay, bistecca is ready. We take some color just for watching the dish. The color in the plate for me is very important for the humor and for the eyes. Before we eat with the eyes, after we try everything.
Those chives? Chives.
The
Chives. Oh, never mind.
Okay. And the bistecca is ready.
Oh.
Whoa.
The salt. And if you want after, but just after, some oil. I don't want.
Okay.
It's okay. Bistecca alla
Beautiful.
pecorina. This is for
Excellent.
2 people.
Yes.
Around 1 kilo. I think 1 kilo.
1 kilo for 2 people.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you.
This is the plate of Laspada. We wait you.
Shake it.
Okay?
Giuseppe, thank you.
Grazie.
You're a master chef.
Oh,
Thank you very,
grazie,
very
grazie,
much.
Alan.
And now the world will know.
Grazie.
Okay, so that was the cooking demonstration. And the best part of this is the chicken dish. The best part of it is that we ate this meal a couple of hours later. I don't remember the time he finished this, but he started at 3:30 and finished it around 4:30. And then we came back into the restaurant at about 7:30, 8 o'clock. And this is the meal we ate. We ate the appetizer. We ate the lasagna. This is what the chicken looked like. This is the lasagna. And let me tell you, this was a delicious meal. This was the appetizer. Should have had this in the right order. The appetizer always comes first. And this was the steak. We actually didn't eat the steak because we didn't have steak, 2 nights in a row. We'd had the steak the previous night, but this is what the steak looks like. And somebody else was treated to this incredible meal. These are some of the other things we had during the time that we were staying there. We decided that to repay Giuseppe's kindness and giving us all of his time, we decided to eat in this restaurant. This is the first time we ever did this, 6 nights in a row. And we had a wonderful time. We got to meet, a lot of nice people, and it was always a fun evening. This is a very simple dish of spaghetti ragu, which I love. I mean, it's very basic, but the food there is very simple. It uses seasonal ingredients, and everything is fresh. The pasta is freshly made, and the sauces are simple but delicious. There's another look at the chicken dish, and this time there are a few French fries thrown in because Lydia always eats French fries. This is the antipasto, and here are some other dishes. I can't tell you what these are, but these are some of the other things that he made during that day. And then he brought over a dessert for us, and this was some kind of a crème brûlée with strawberries. And it was quite delicious. I'm not sure exactly what this was, to tell you the truth. I think it was a brulee, or it could have been a gelato. I'm not completely sure. Anyway, I thought I'd spend a little time talking about the restaurant itself. So this is what the restaurant looks like. It's always crowded because everybody knows this is a great restaurant, and there are always a lot of people. This is a group of people we met from the United States and their family, and they ate there a couple of nights. This is, of course, the picture of Roger Crumb, and this is the moment we met him when he came into the restaurant. He had brought a group of students, as I indicated earlier in the month, of students from the University of Dayton to show them what Florence was and to have them do research and term papers on that. There's Lydia looking at that. He'd just run in from a gelateria to bring in what he thought was the best ice cream in Florence and why it is. And that's a little brochure that he gave us, which describes the ice cream, which is made from olive oil. But it was good gelato, but I had to admit that the ice cream at Vivoli was actually better. This is another dish that I had. That could have been I'm not sure what that is, to tell you the truth. Can't really see that closely. There's Lydia and I about to enjoy our meals. she's having just some spaghetti ragu. This is what this was our favorite table, which was right over there in the restaurant. It's a very pretty restaurant. As you can see, there's a couple of different rooms. This is one of my favorite tables. This is a table for like, a large group of people, but it's good because you could all kind of sit around and face each other when you eat. Again, this is the front with all of the food there. This is what one of the kitchens looks like. This is not the kitchen area that Giuseppe used. This is one of the other kitchens where they cook some of the other things, all under his supervision. And there's some more food that he had under the glass as you walk in. And again, this is Lydia and Laura and I about to enjoy a wonderful meal. This is Agostino, who is also an owner of the restaurant, with Roger Crumb, Professor Crumb, and me. And at this time, I was doing an interview of Roger, which the audience saw a few weeks ago. This is me standing with Agostino, who's also a very wonderful man, and they're always very nice to us, me with Roger. And this is a meal that we had. That's me on the left and Laura, and my good friend Luca and his partner Mary and Lydia. This was the first time I brought Lydia and Luca together, even though I'd known them both for 17 years. But this was the first time we all got together, and we had a great time. This is Susan Chalkley, whom we did an interview with, which you saw a few weeks ago. We met at the Villa La Palagina in Faligna Valdarno. She met us in Florence. This is me with Bill Sherman, Professor Bill Sherman, who also was with Roger, bringing the group of students from the University of Dayton. There's Roger again, and there's a fellow next to him that we actually had a very nice discussion with that night. And this is a picture of me and Luca. This is in the hotel of the, this is before the meal. We had just he worked, we met at the hotel, and we were about to go away. And then it's, of course, back to Laura. And once again, happy birthday to Laura. So that's Laspada. It's an incredibly wonderful restaurant, and I'd like to thank Giuseppe for his kindness and all the time he gave us. And I'd also like to thank Agostino, who was also very instrumental in helping us to really appreciate this incredible restaurant. And that's the food demonstration. I hope you enjoyed it. And next week we will be having a show about the Roman Forum, which will be narrated by Dr. Eve Dombra, who's a professor of art history at Vassar College. She will be with me next week. So for now, thank you for watching. Buonanotte e buona fortuna.